Good morning from beautiful West Tennessee. We got a lot of things to do today that we know of, and I'm sure there's going to be probably a half dozen different things that we aren't even aware of yet that we're going to have to do. Kind of the theme for today is going to be chaos, where it's that day before you're going out of town when you've got to get all the loose ends tied up, take care of all the little odds and ends just to get things ready to go. But with that said, that's enough talk. We need to get to work. We appreciate y'all watching. Let's dive right in. All right, first thing, we got to grab a little feed, take to those stocker steers. Tuck these away. There in the Jeep, like so. All right. The Jeep is nice for riding around on the pasture. Doesn't offer a lot of cargo space, but that's the way we carry a little feed to these calves. Need to grab a bag of mineral as well. And then we're gonna head up the road, check on them. All right, so our mineral gets to ride right there because we're out of room in the back. I don't know what the cows' deal is. The cows are over there just, it's like they're really uncontent the last few days. They've got all the grass they could want back there, the creek bottom. So I really don't know, but we're actually gonna move them this afternoon, one of our last things on the to-do list, into our perennial pastures out there. Just because they do have that eating back pretty good, I don't want them to be out there for the next, several days while we're gone. But that's a task for later. All right, so pulling up out here where the stocker steers are, and I don't see them anywhere. See if we can get them to come up, get a head count on them, kind of get this chore done. And in addition to just doing the simple chore that we do every day of checking on them, we still have not gotten them all moved into this pasture. As of yesterday, I think we were 8 short. So I'd really like to get that done, confirm that all of them are in here, get the gate shut. Just make things much simpler, especially when I'm gonna be relying on somebody else to take a look at them over the next day or two. But see if we can get them to come on up here and get a good head count. Come on, boys! Come on! Woo! Woo! All right, they're starting to filter up here. There's 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. All right, so they're all slowly making their way up here. You can see this is my perch that I use to get a higher vantage point to see them each day. Horse flies don't bite me and make me fall. But number 41 there, there's 4 more, that puts it at 45, and then there's a wad of them coming up the hill there. It's not gonna be all of them, but we're getting close. All right, and as we pulled up right here at the mineral feeder to take care of that, looks like we did have some that were going back. No, the pasture's just right through there in the gate. And I believe that puts us at 64. So, still 9 short. And then these 2 seem to be hell-bent on going back to the gate. Y'all don't go back through there. I can't hardly shut it because there's still 9 that we don't have accounted for. But it's just frustrating because I really want to shut that gate, but I don't know where these others are. So we're gonna have one more shot at it tomorrow because we're leaving tomorrow morning, late sometime, later on in the morning. So we will check them again tomorrow. And looky there. There's what, 4 more over there, so that'd put us at 68. We're still 5 short. So those steers are just kind of refusing to cooperate. I need them to go over there and through that gate. But as you see Sadie running there behind me, I did want to briefly discuss something. Something I didn't know when I'd be ready to or if I'd be able to, but as you see her, what you'll notice, those of you that have watched the channel very long, is that you haven't seen Brittany in the previous video or in this one. Won't see her anymore. She passed away, I guess today's July the 5th, so early tomorrow morning will be a week since she's died. She had lung cancer. We diagnosed her actually 14 months ago today, May the 5th of 2020. She had surgery a week after that, a surgery that we sent her to a specialty clinic for, that she should have never survived. The surgeon didn't think she would survive it and gave her very little chance anyway. She did really well following surgery for about 13 and a half months. Went through 3 different types of chemo, was still taking one of them just orally up to the day she died. But she was 10 years old. April 13th, she had turned 10. So for about right at 10 years, because we would have gotten her sometime probably around the end of May that year. I've made very few steps without her right by my side. So, yeah, last week's been tough. I'm gonna make this brief because I'm not gonna be able to do her justice in a short video, but just wanted to give an explanation as to why you won't see her. As to why she isn't here. Again, it's lung cancer. She had it for several months before we even diagnosed her. You know, now we can definitely say that in hindsight. It wasn't a super aggressive tumor, but it was obviously in a bad spot in her lungs. It had gotten really big, and when they did the surgery, they just could not remove every single bit of it. And so, but yeah, awesome dog. Say every man has, you know, one dog in their life, you know, that's just that special. You know, and I can immediately think of who that dog was for my dad, and like my uncle, and they're just different. And I mean, we have 4 other dogs still. I've had a lot of other dogs before her, but she was different. She, again, barely made a step for 10 years without her. She didn't go to church with me, didn't go out to eat at restaurants, and for most of her life, she didn't go on family vacations with us, but that even changed. Last couple times we went out of town because I'd said I wasn't ever leaving her again. But that's just the explanation as to why you don't see hers. You'll see Sadie in the videos. Most of them anyway. She's different. Sadie's wild. I can't take her quite as many places, do quite as much with her as I could with Brittany, but yeah. I thought I might try to do like a full video kind of tribute to her, but I don't know that I could handle that. And I don't know, they might want to watch something kind of sad like that. But anyway, we're gonna get back to our chores. You know, didn't mean to make the video sad. We got a lot of stuff to do. And talking about changing plans, my brother just called me while we were counting those up there. He needs to get a feed bin that he had purchased, very similar to the one that we just got our feed out of, over to his farm so that he can start feeding his calves. But anyway, we'll make another shot at trying to catch all these boys tomorrow. All right, so there's our next project for this morning. I'm gonna get this feed bin for him moved over to the other side of the county to his farm. Will and I are gonna be riding in style on a green tractor, but this thing's been on the trailer actually for I think a month or more now since he went and picked it up, but just now getting around to getting it moved. We're gonna get it over there, get it off. Hopefully we'll get it off slow and easy rather than, you know, quickly and ending his catastrophe, but I guess we'll find out here shortly. All right, Willis and I are gonna check out this brand new John Deere 6120M. This thing is fancy. It's fancy, isn't it? Is this one nicer than our tractor? It is. See, this thing, it's like driving a spaceship almost. Now looky here, Kubota. Cup holders that'll actually hold your drink. And when I say holders, you can have this one out here nice and deep. You can drop anything in there. So again, this tractor is brand new. Ours is about 7 or 8 years old. So I'm gonna have to assume Kubota's probably improved their cup holders over the last 7 or 8 years, but this thing's nice. See, still got the plastic on the accelerator pedal there. But a comparable tractor to ours, I guess 6120, I believe, 120 horsepower. Ours 135, so technically a little more horses, but this thing's nice. It's big, but as much as we're gonna get spoiled on this thing, as nice as it is, and again, this thing was brand new when he bought it, but I think could have bought 2 of those, just like we did, those used tractors. So that's the reason for that. Oh, and look here, that is another cup holder.
I'll put my cup in there.
Fantastic cup holder design, John Deere.
My cup holder in
Here,
my drink.
put your Sunny D over there. Oh, it fits perfect. But all right, looks like they left. We're gonna take off. I think this thing will do like 25, 26 miles an hour on the road, so it's nice too, because we got about I don't know, 8 or 10 mile trip. All right, so we made it over here, a short little drive. Thing, boomers off of it, ratchet straps. See if we can get under it, pick it up just enough to pull that truck out from under there. Just gonna unload it here in this pen for now. Nice level spot. He still doesn't have any gravel or anything on his drive. Gonna be working on that over the next few weeks. And so get it in here where it's out of the way. Then once all that's ready, we'll move it to where it'll sit permanently. See if we can get it off there without turning it over, tearing it up.
Get down and pull up and get under. Let's put a strap on. How did they pull out?
All right, so we got it off there with the help of 3 generations of horses. But they're pretty good. Didn't bend anything or scrape anything up, it looks like, so that's nice. This project's pretty well done. Good deal. All right, as I put away my tools that I've just used to coax my air conditioner back to working on this tractor, and then after having driven that other tractor all morning, can't help but feel like a bit of a peasant. My equipment, but at least my tractor does have air conditioning and it is paid for, which are 2 of the features that I most appreciate in a tractor. So now we're gonna get back to clipping. We've got like 4, maybe 5 acres in this little bitty pasture that we still need to clip, and then when we'll be done, we'll get this tractor moved home. Parking brake off. Get this thing unpinned, had the wings pinned up. Had this thing where at least the mower was backed under the shed in there. Oh. But had kind of made one little pass around in here, I guess on Wednesday before it started raining. You can see lots of weeds, thistles, briars and such growing up in here. This is a relatively tiny pasture, it's like 4 or 5 acres that we didn't even graze the first time we bought this place. It was actually some of the neighbors' horses were coming in here. It's fenced off, but they were kind of coming and going from their place. We've since got the fence fixed. Thinking in here, pretty decent grass, a good bit of Bermuda up here, but get this clipped off shouldn't take long. Famous last words always. When we get this tractor home, we have it parked out of the rain. All right, so we got that last little bit of pasture clipping knocked out. Got the tractor and mower home. We can get it blown off and put away. And then got just a few more things to accomplish here, and just about an hour or so to get things done. All right, so got that blown off. I'm gonna fold it up, park over in the shed. Looks like my ride is here to take me back down there and get the truck, so we'll just go ahead and cut the tractor off. But do apologize to anyone watching who has an allergy to fescue or any other grasses or weeds. If I may have just given you the urge to sneeze by watching that, apologize. All right, so I'll show you kind of the after. So it looks really nice in here right now. Got all those weeds knocked down, but probably gonna need to spray this little pasture. I mean, it's pretty much just what you see right in here. It after being out there and on the tractor over every bit of it, just the weeds are in there a lot worse than anywhere else on this farm. I don't know that we're gonna get around to doing it anytime real soon, but the little bit of clover that's in there, just have to sacrifice, spray something to control those broadleaf weeds. But get back to the house, get that tractor back under the shed. Slight change of plans. I'd almost forgotten, knocked the mirror off the tractor. I was pretty sure I had done it right there. Thankfully that's right where it was. 2, I need to walk these fences in here. Walked almost all the fence where they've been cutting timber next to us, and but I haven't in this little pasture. So now that I'm in here, especially going out of town in the morning, make sure that no places they can just walk out and get that unfortunate phone call while I'm 6 hours away that, hey, your cows are in the middle of the road. But the mirror looks like it. We should just be able to put it back on there. Laying it tore it up, just knocked it off. All right, so as you can see, yeah, they've obviously cut this timber over here. Thankfully, the fence looks good. Nothing significant as far as anywhere where there's any damage or anything. But the one reason I can't really stomach the idea of getting timber cut on this place, which we probably need to. We have some mature hardwoods. It just looks so awful and devastating immediately after it's been done. I know it's good for the overall, health of the woods, or it can be. You get that older, mature growth out and let new growth come in, but oh man, it just looks like such a mess immediately after they've done it. So I don't know. Fortunately, we're in a position right now we don't have to cut it, for financial reasons or anything. So probably not going to, but yeah, just looks bad, even though they're doing a good job. All right, so y'all be quiet so I can talk. Got a couple of bags of mineral put in the mineral feeder there. That one was empty. We're gonna let them on back into here. Probably gonna actually let them have access to this back pasture as well as this one. Not an enormous amount of grazing in either of them. And since we're gonna be gone for a few days, we won't be here to rotate them. Just kind of let them have access to boats, which goes against what we normally would like to do. But come on through there, ladies. Come on. But be sure everybody comes on through. They're used to out there in the bottom that just aren't coming up this way yet. They've been super vocal and restless lately, and I don't really know why. Two-hand job. We'll go out there in that bottom. There's still plenty of grazing out there, but they've been at the gates, bawling, cutting up for the last 48 hours or so, like they're completely out of grass. I really don't know why they're being restless. Flies are bad. Oh, Brahma crossheifer there, one in the back. She took the shortcut over the fence. All right, babies, on through there. But yeah, flies just really, really bad. No matter whether it's face flies, horse flies, what. So the old polar vortex we had back in February certainly didn't have any significant effect on the insects. It doesn't look like, which not that we really expected it would, but you always have some people are like, oh, you know, flies won't be so bad this year because the winter. Well, you know what? They're always bad no matter what. So anyway, yeah, get out there. Maybe they'll be a little more content till we get back in town. Bunch of the calves. Yeah, we'll ride out here and see if there's, yeah, I see one more mama and baby coming there. But I might not have to ride out there, I might just walk. Kind of a mess going through that gate. Where the water comes down through this bottom, the culvert, it all often overwhelms it. You can see where it's washed off there. A lot of it cuts and comes across down through here, and so it's washed this out pretty bad. Come on through there, mama. With that leftover. Oh, now we got a baby acting like an idiot. She's liable to just go through the fence over there. Calves aren't very smart. We'll walk through here and she can come back by us, or she might just stick her head through the wires and go on, take a shortcut of her own. But yeah, we got to fix that right there at that gate. It's a pain to go through there with side by side. Yeah, they had eaten us back pretty good, but you can see there's still plenty of grazing in here. It wasn't like they were going hungry, but based on the way they were reacting, you'd thought they were. But yeah, this stuff, like in here, that'll put back out and be ready to turn back in here in a couple more weeks. But you hold them off of here till then. I don't know, that calf over there is going to figure out how to get with his mom or not. Let me see if we can walk around and head it back up that way. But anyway, so got a bunch of stuff done today. Got that, got the rest of that pasture clipped. Didn't get all our stocker steers, you know, confirmed in one pasture. That's just something. I don't know. We're gonna have another shot at that in the morning. We'll check them before we leave, but not counting on having any more success than we did today. Got to help my brother move that feed bin. I was glad. I know he was glad to get that done. I was glad to help him. He's about to be helping me out for the next few days, so certainly felt like that was good. I'm glad to help him do that. Got things pretty well where they need to be and ready to go for us to be out of town for a day or two. She can't decide if she's going to try to go through the fence. If you'll keep going, the gate is open, baby darling. Instead, she just goes through. So anyway, but we appreciate you watching. Again, if you have not subscribed, we thank you for doing that. If you would consider it, we ask you to give it a thumbs up button. Give it the thumbs up, give it a like. We're gonna keep rolling out videos. Again, I apologize a little earlier for having a little bit of a sad note, but Brittany did deserve, you know, an explanation. I guess the viewers that have come to know her deserved an explanation as to what happened. And she deserved more than what I gave her there in that couple of minutes, but miss her dearly. But not gonna get on that subject again and get torn up again. But appreciate y'all watching. As always, we remind you, eat beef and God bless.